Okay, I remember what I promised you last time and the time before and the time before that when I'm here again on live streaming, I'm going to have a cup with my name on it. Well, again, I'm very sorry to disappoint. It is a work in progress. I have just been busy and it's been in my mind today that, oh, I think I have to order the cup. I will order the mug, the coffee mug, or the tea mug, or a coffee cup, or whatever you want to call it. Um, I think for next time, because by the time you see me here again, it's going to be a while. I have to travel a little bit, so definitely we'll order, and it will come probably after. Anyways, today I want to talk about processing this photograph that you're seeing right in front of you because it was fun to shoot, and I have this fake skull. I call him Jeff, and his jaw is just simply his jaw is funny because he's constantly we're constantly losing his bottom jaw, so he has pretty much very difficult time to talk and communicate. But trust me, Jeff is better off dead than alive. He has so much more fun. He's traveling with me all the time and in the car, and I'm thinking to take him next time for Easter to Western Denmark and Germany. So let's see what happens. I did see, and I'm going to go back there to this flea market, Loppemarket, in Copenhagen. Last time there was a real human skull. Okay, call me crazy, but there was last time was a real human skull to purchase, bottom jaw and the top head together. And I was thinking to get Jeff a girlfriend, Josephine. But in the end, I thought that might be just a little bit like smidge crazy. But crazy is as crazy does, and I regret not getting it. I don't know how much it costs, but let's see if it's there next time. Anyways, so I'm going to walk you through this process. The picture is not available yet for purchase, but if you ever would want to check out my website, it's this one, is julsjay.com. And you have exhibitions here, which I'm going to update, of course, later on, because I will be more like 99.9 going in May to mid-May to London and exhibiting again, most likely digitally. Shop is right over here, and you can purchase some of my work. And the thing is that I created this in the very last digital photograph. Hold on one second, let me move my camera a little bit to the side. Okay. Digital photograph, which is right here. You can order, and then Polaroid. I don't take pictures of the Polaroids just yet, but it will be a physical Polaroid to be purchased. They're already out to purchase. So you can do it. You cannot select an image because each image is one of a kind. It will be signed. So when you purchase, choosing it and sending it to you, and of course a digital photograph. Okay, but let's get to it, and I'm going to show you the entire process of creating the image. So we are starting with this one. This is my very first image that I took. I think I took a couple of other ones just with the background only, without the skull, because I wanted to, just in case I need to take some things from here and there, I wanted to have like a clear image. As you can see, the day was beautiful. It was January. It was snowing. At night we had that. This is in my family house, in a huge backyard, and we had a dump of snow, and we had -7 at night, and then it was around -1 to 0 during the day, so it was a little bit funky. This is not too late in the day, and it's in Midtjylland. It's in Hellerup, so yeah, it was an amazing time to shoot. Of course, yeah, I did run around a little bit without my shoes as well, which I winter bathe, so it's not so bad. Okay, now, so first, I don't know how much you can see, but it was basically just a couple of things. There was a layer that I was just doing some edits on it, so it's not so important to actually explain that one. And now, as far as myself goes, I have been creating myself. When you go to my Instagram page, you will be able to see, I can add it in the description, but if you see other videos, then you will be able to see my Instagram page. There is a video of me doing this self-portrait shoot, and you can see that I'm also kind of walking around without shoes. It has been a little bit challenging and cold when you have to stand quite some time, but it's okay. It hasn't been anything. Yeah. So first I photographed myself with the skull, and then so I kind of knew how I wanted my leg to be positioned, and then I wanted to position my body a little bit differently. So I basically took myself 3 different parts, and it took me, I think, 6 times to figure out just how I want to stand, how another hand was going to be, and the other hand, and the leg, and the other leg. And so when you watch the reel on my Instagram page, I have separated Instagram reels and Instagram photos into separate sections. So just go straight to the reels. And I was just trying to figure out, how do I get the stuff, how do I want to put myself, let's say, together like a Frankenstein's bride. So I finally did. I've spent quite some time trying to, maybe it's this leg in the back, or maybe this hand, and maybe that hand, and some things worked for me, some things didn't. So this is the first image. That's the leg, and you can see as well, it's a little bit differently positioned. The skull has moved. The original photograph is just the skull on the tree branch, and then the skull is a little bit lower. It's a little bit squished, not so squished, but it's a little bit lower. And Jeff was falling off that thing all the time. I had to put him in his place again and again. I mean, the whole idea was that I will hold on to something and that I will stand on him, literally, with one of my feet. But then I was like, what if it cracks and then, cracks my skin? I didn't want to do that, because I did have to go to work like a day or 2 after. So that would have been free vacation. So I agreed that this will be the first part of the body, then this part of the body. Because what I was doing here, I was standing with one hand taking a picture with my remote, and the other one I was holding on to a branch that was right next to me. So that's why I needed to take a different body part. And as I did, I wanted to initially cross my arms, and but I've realized that I have already something with eyes crossed, with arms crossed. So that was not really. So I decided on this one. Now this one was a little bit funky because I was literally fixing my hair. I was a little bit dissatisfied that my hair was in the back, so I was literally fixing my hair, taking them from one side to the other. And as camera was taking, continuously 9 photos, so I've decided that this will be the thing for me. Why not? Okay, and then the next part, it was just, okay, let me just maybe zoom in on right on here. So as you can see now, I had to cover this because I have covered the top, the bottom. I have covered the top, but then there was, here I lined up over fine, and of course I had to refine this a little bit. And then this part over here, this was just not so. So I kind of added a little bit and refined, of course, a little bit later. But it wasn't so, yeah. So I've decided that this will be the piece of cloth that is going to be here from a different image. From a different, I mean, the same dress, but yet again from a different image, because I needed to kind of, you can see the coloration is a little bit different. The light was changing slightly. It was slightly different light when I was photographing this part and then this part. But in the end, it didn't really disturb me. So what I did as well, we have a river, yeah? So I took this piece of fabric that I photographed before. So I have photographed 1, 2, 3 different setups, but I only edited photograph from this setup, which was number 2. Yeah, it was number 2, and I was walking around doing this with my back very wet from snow because I was rolling on the snow on my back. So that was kind of stupid, but expected of me. So this is a red piece of tulle that I wanted to use for a different photograph, and I did. But I just had to position it here. So my idea was, why not take a piece of, why not make it a little bit funky since we have a skull? So why shouldn't the photograph here, the river be a little bit more like some reddish? At first I thought maybe it should be blue because I am blue and it's all kind of, but I thought, that should be red. We have a skull, so it only matches that it should be red. So I did that. So now the most important thing is its layer. And again, let me just see. Okay, so we have it set to 100% opacity and fill, and that's our piece of fabric. But I can show you in a normal. This pretty much was like that. This is exactly how I had it. So I just kind of went through here. This one was also nice, but I went, I thought it was maybe too dark. So I decided on overlay and I kept it. And so now we need our, my favorite overlays for photographs. And this one was the first one, textured color 28. There was one that I decided against it. It's still here, but I didn't throw it away yet. I didn't dispose it. So I will show you. And then of course I used a brush. I made a layer mask and I used brush and then just got rid of whatever I didn't want to have. So that's one. That's layer number 1. And trust me, I've gone through so many layers and I just didn't really know how to decide which should be the layer, and just how much, and should I leave the background, and just how much of the background, the trees and things like that. It was a pretty big decision. Was this one that I have decided against? Can't remember. Maybe not. I know the 13 wasn't. Alright, that's right, because we did all those layers. Okay, so this one was layer number 1. And then this one was a layer number 2. And I did like it. It's of course, on linear light, and I liked how nice it was, but I thought it was a little bit too bitching. I think this whole coloration maybe came across a little bit strong. And so we did this one as linear light because I thought it was really cool. Normally it was like this, and this was a little too soft, so we went to linear light. The 13 I skipped completely this step. At first I did like how it had this kind of how it had this kind of texture on the top, but in the end it didn't work for me so well, so I just decided not to. Then we went the step further, and I took this one. And let me see. This one is on normal, but it's on 72% opacity and 96% of fill. And after that, I put this whole thing in Lightroom. As you already know, that I have some presets that I really like, and so I decided just how much I wanted to have that, like a little slight preset. Cannot remember what it was because I don't even remember if I have kept the history over there, but this was what I decided for a final image. I wanted to be a little bit washed out. I didn't want this to be like very contrasty, so I suppose that's okay. Yeah, I am a little bit tired. When am I not tired? I work too much. So I have decided that this cannot be very contrasty like we just had on the layer. Let me just see. Yeah, on this one, because it's just too much. It's too messy. There's too many things going around, so you need something to balance it all out with. And so that's why I added this layer, but this one was a little bit too washed out. And so this one was the final image. I hope you like it, and if you would want to go, so just check out either my website or Instagram, and YouTube of course is here, and then Instagram will hop you right into my profile. So, and there it is, right on the top. I don't know when I'm going to upload another picture. I don't want to do, I have already another picture, but I don't want to upload it just yet. And definitely I'm not going to show, I can show you the picture, but I'm not going to show you how I did it in terms of Photoshop, because it was super easy to create, even too easy to create. So there's really not much story to tell. The real how I created this particular image is already uploaded to my Instagram, so you can just go ahead and check it out. But this one was just a simple image with a couple of layers, so we're, yeah, and in the end just kind of a little bit coloration, so we're not gonna even waste our time. But the other one was, I think, more interesting, this one, because it took me really long time to figure out how I exactly want to edit. So yeah, and we're almost at 20 minutes. Don't want to keep you bored too long, so thank you for watching the video, and until next time.